It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Hoka's journey from being criticized for its aesthetics to becoming a powerhouse brand in the running and leisure shoe industry is really a testament to its, I'll say, its disruptive innovation. See, it started in 2009 when Neil and Jean had this idea, and that was they were going to create another running shoe in the industry, but they had a problem. In the industry at the time, shoes were sleek. They were stylish. They were something people just wore for just casualness. And the shoe they had created, the Hoka, well, it was big. It was bulky. It was kind of flashy. And to many folks, it was called the ugly shoe. But what did they do? They didn't stop there. They went off and they found a niche, and it was long distance runners, because long distance runners were saying, hey, this shoe might be ugly, but it's comfortable. This shoe might be ugly, but it works for my foot and it feels amazing. Now, here's one of the takeaways for you as a CEO. Embrace the ugly shoe. You see, what Neil did is they decided to expand outside of that area. And through a sales strategy, through sales positioning, through sales leadership, they found themselves stretching into the athletic wear because they embraced the ugly shoe concept. Now, the other world was adopting them because they were different, they were unique, and they had a flat-out amazing product, which, by the way, I do wear it, and I've been wearing Hoka now for about 10 years. Love Hoka. This is not a sponsorship ad, by the way. It is not, I promise you. But it's what they did and what we can do as CEOs. So here's my 2 takeaways for you. Number 1, embrace the ugly shoe concept. Embrace your unique selling proposition like it's the only thing you have on the earth. That's number 1. And number 2, have the sales leadership to adapt, to change, and look at different aspects of the market that you can use. As a result, that'll help build your sales result. And by being unique, you will grow your revenue, you will have more profit, and your company will impact more lives. You can do this. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. My name is Shay Brown. I'm your host, and I'm so excited that you're here. Okay. So one of the things we're going to do now as we get started, let me see here what happened. Okay. Oh, you guys can't see me. Okay. I thought for a second I said I was off air. That was funny. Okay. So we're going to start now. Right here. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. Every morning when we get started, we have our mantra. And I love our mantra because when we start off, our mantra is the same every single day. And here it is. And I want you to repeat these words after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. We understand that sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So without focusing on sales, we'll always have more money going out than we have coming in. Another one of our mantras that we do every single day, and it's not a mantra, this is what we call our pledge. And the pledge is what every CEO should do every single day. I believe you must learn, earn, and return. Repeat after me. Learn, earn, and return. Now, here's the pledge that we do. Here's the pledge that we do. Repeat these words. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from existing clients in order to get new and old clients to return. I must learn, earn, and return. Now, as we move on down, now I want to go into the objectives. I like to stop every morning and always share the objectives because why are you here? Why do you show up? We got 3 objectives. Objective number 1 is sales growth. You're here so you can have your sales continue to increase. Got it, Shay. Number 2 objective we have every day is we want to address any roadblocks. We kind of understand that life happens. Business will happen, but we must address the roadblocks so we can continue to build the business. And number 3 is to understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must understand in order to grow and make money. Pillar number 1 is a sales plan. Pillar number 2 is understanding sales cycles. Pillar number 3 is making sure you understand sales positioning, which is the language you're using in the marketplace, the words you're using, because sales drives marketing. Marketing does not drive sales. Marketing's job is to find people. Sales responsibility is to communicate to them how we solve the problem. And number 4 is sales indicators. We'll get into that today on the CEO Sales Dashboard because it's an opportunity for us to step back and look at what's driving the business and what adjustments we need to make. And then number 5, and this is very important, that's why we do the objectives every single morning. Number 5 is a sales team. Because without a sales team, you always have more revenue going out than you have coming in. So if you haven't yet, go over and download the CEO Sales Dashboard. We'll be going over that today. We're at the 5-minute and 26-second mark. And I want to make sure that you have that. Okay. This morning, we're going to go over an overview. The overview is for CEO Sales Huddle. Now, for all the folks who tune in every single morning, I'm so glad you're here, by the way. I'm so glad you're here. Do me a favor. Look right below the video. And put hashtag I'm here. Put a hashtag I'm here. That's the bat signal that you hear, by the way. If you're watching the replay, thanks for joining in. If you listen to the podcast, hey, we appreciate it. Hit hashtag replay. And if you want to DM me because you're on the podcast or one of our on-demand streaming platforms, or you happen to be in one of our syndicated areas, go ahead and hit me up. Just hit me up at I am Shay Brown. Put I'm here or hashtag listening to the replay. Nothing wrong for that. And for all our new folks who are joining for the very first time, let me make sure you understand the mission, the goals, and objectives, and why we get together at the CEO Sales Huddle every single day. The CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. That's the only way we get together. That's why we show up every single day. I know you can sell. I know you can jam. I know you're a bad mamma jammer, as they say. But you show up every single morning because you want to sell more faster. And we have one big why that has 3 components. Number 1, sales growth. That's our big why. That's our mission. That's why, hence, it's the CEO Sales Huddle. There wasn't a place anywhere else on the planet that CEOs could go in order to learn, earn, and return. Number 2, accountability. Accountability will often do more for others than we do for ourselves. And number 3, consistency. You may have heard this before, that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with most? They struggle with consistency. That's no longer you. So welcome to the number 1 place that CEOs gather in order to earn $100,000 per month. We only meet for 15 minutes. 1% of the day. We're at the 7-minute and 36-second mark. We're here for one main outcome that we all have. And you might say, okay, Shay, what is our number 1 outcome? Our number 1 outcome is to earn $100,000 per month of income on a consistent, predictable, reliable basis. So I want you to imagine how your life would be different. Now, some of you are over $100,000. Please raise that up. For others of you that are like, wow, $100,000, Shay, that's pretty good. I would love just to be at $100,000. Then welcome. You're at the right place at the right time. There is no barrier to your success. At the 8-minute, 11-second mark, we're going into, I believe, the most important part of the CEO Sales Huddle. We take 3 minutes and we do this, by the way. Now, this is very important if you want to get to $100,000 per month, because the CEO Sales Dashboard is the number 1 tool that CEOs use in order to get to $100,000 per month. So let's go ahead and show that to you. If you haven't downloaded, let me go here. If you haven't downloaded it right now, let's show them the CEO dashboard. I'm going to open up the CEO dashboard in a moment. I'm going to open up the Excel sheet. You should have it. If you haven't downloaded it, download the CEO Sales Dashboard now. Go to CEOSalesHuddle.com. There are 5 indicators we look at every single day: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. It's very difficult to hit your sales revenue goals when you're not at least measuring and manage. Put this in your notes. What gets measured gets managed. I want you to have that in your notes. So open up your CEO Sales Dashboard right now. Like, you go over there right now and you open it up. When you open it up, you're going to come to your Excel sheet. Once you get to the Excel sheet, then you have 5 categories and you have subcategories. Go over to today's date. Now, whatever today's date is, you go over there now, and then I want you to plug in. This has 7 days. You go in, plug in, look at leads. Now, I normally take at least 90 seconds every day and go into one area. Today, I'm going to go into leads. You can see the subcategories there. But I want you to put down how many leads came in yesterday. Then I want you to put down how many appointments were set and run yesterday. day. And then I want you to go look at offers. How many offers were made yesterday? Now, by now you have a trend. So you should see the trend kind of going along the way. But let's take that time at the 10-minute and 2-second mark. And let's take 2 minutes and let's go deep. And arguably the most important part, I believe, of the CEO sales dashboard. Now, remember, this is the number one place where CEOs go in order to understand how they're going to drive their business to $100,000 per month. It doesn't exist anywhere else. And the reason it doesn't exist is because we created it because there was a problem that I had and many of my clients had. So we created this. Now, let's look at leads. Now, leads has subcategories. You can put that in there how you want. But today I'm going to focus on one area. That's leads. So first, we would all agree that in order to build the business, in order to grow the business, we need new customers, right? We'd all agree with that. So let's all agree that a lead is the first name, last name, phone number, and email that goes into your CRM. So as you're watching right now, go over to your CRM if you have one. Look at how many leads came in yesterday. That's a lead. Then there's another category called engaged leads. Engaged leads means these are individuals who have engaged with you. So let's look at engaged leads and ask yourself the question, how many folks engaged? That means they opted in. Maybe they contacted your office. Maybe they called your office. Maybe you spoke on a webinar and they gave you some feedback. Maybe they sent a text in or an email. That's an engaged lead, and it happened within the last 7 days. It happened within the last 7 days. Typically, I like to say the last 48 hours, because if a lead is engaging and it's been 48 hours, then they're still in a good spot. 24 hours, you want to be right back on it. Okay, now you got engaged lead. The reason I said engaged leads is that many of my clients, and you might have been like this, and people we talked to every day, we're at the 11-minute and 51-second mark, they were struggling because they were buying leads, they were running promos, they were running ads. Nothing wrong with running ads. I'm all for running ads. And what they found out was all these leads were coming in, and they had new leads going into the database, but none of the leads were engaged. And that was a challenge. So once they're engaged, we have another level on here called qualified. Now, you might not need this, but I'm going to tell you now, if you start categorizing how many were qualified and you have a tag on it, then you can say, okay, we had 10 leads come in, we had 2 that really engage, and we have 1 that we've been able to speak to and chat with that is qualified, whether they fill out a questionnaire online, whether they answered a question a certain way, whether you had a conversation with them. So we're always looking for qualified leads, but unless they're from the existing base, you would agree with me that they first have to become engaged. Now, 3 reasons why I want you to have leads, and it's so important. Number 1, leads represent hope. No leads, no hope. And so we must, if we're going to hit $100,000 per month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue, we must have a lead generation system that brings in the leads on a consistent basis. Okay, we're at the 13-minute mark. I know I've gone over, but I wanted to make sure I shared that with you because for where many of you are right now, the CEO dashboard, this is where the magic happens. Once you start measuring, you start tracking, you start making different decisions every single day. But let's step back now at where are we at now? 13-minute and 27-second mark. So I don't want to go too far over. We have CEO overtime if I do. And let's celebrate some wins. And as we look at celebrating wins, I want you to step back. I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. Question number 1, what are you most proud of? When you just look at yesterday, what's one of the things you're most proud of yesterday? Something that you accomplished as it relates to sales. Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment yesterday? So you're proud of something, but maybe it wasn't your biggest accomplishment. And I want you to pat yourself on the back. This is not a beat me up session. This is, hey, I did something. I woke up. I made some effort. And number 3, what do you want to brag about today? Like if I could bring you on camera now, you say, whoa, boy, am I excited. I got this done yesterday. And then we're at the 14-minute mark. And then we're going to move on to the second part. And the second part is we look at any challenges. We look at any hurdles. We're not going to just turn a blind eye to it. So number 1, what was your biggest roadblock yesterday? And we understand that life happens. Business happens. Things happen. Nothing wrong with that. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? Number 2, what's preventing you from taking action today? What's a challenge? What's an obstacle? What's a roadblock? Whatever you want to call it that's out there. There's going to be a hurdle that you got to get over. In order for you to be successful, we all got to go through challenges. You're up You're rocking and rolling. You're ready for that. And then number 3, what's the one thing that only you can do today that if you did it, it would help move your life and or business forward? Those are things that only you directly control. So now you got your hurdles. You can celebrate your wins. This is really cool. We're at the 15-minute and 5-second mark. We're going to move right to the message of the day because this takes us into what I call CEO overtime. Sometimes I go a minute or two over, but that's okay. You've got the core of it. The message of the day. The message of the day. Stories sell, facts tell. I used to always run, and when I had conversations with my clients, my number one goal was to let them know how we could help them and all the ways that we could help them. And I would focus on, you're going to learn sales training. Although I found out nobody wanted to learn sales training. You're going to learn how to make calls. Nobody wanted to learn how to make calls. You're going to learn how to ask for the business and be confident. Although I found out nobody wanted confidence. What they wanted wasn't to make more sales. What they wanted was not what the money would do when they made more sales. What they wanted was what's called the benefit of the benefit of the benefit. It was what the money would do for them, which is allow them to be able to take care of their family, save for retirement, pay off their mortgage, leave their job, buy a beach home, whatever it is it wanted them to do. So what did it come down to? Being able to share stories that built an emotional connection and able to communicate the message that was clear and concise. You do that, and my promise to you, you're going to generate more sales, help more people, and impact more lives. That is the message of the day. With that being said, let me say thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. You are already amazing. You're already incredible. You already know you're great, okay? You already know that, but here's what I want you to know. Every time you take a step, you're taking a step towards impacting someone else's life. You're taking a step towards making a change, and you're taking a step towards changing the world as it is today. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here at the CEO Sales Huddle. It's an honor to serve you. I'll see you at the next CEO Sales Huddle. My name is still Shay Brown. I'll see you at the next CEO Huddle. We're out. Bye-bye, everybody.